for today, June 13th. And verification of meeting posted. This meeting was posted in accordance with our state opening meeting laws. Attendance roll call.
Mrs. Cotney?
Here.
Ms. Blair?
Here.
I am here. Ms. Blair?
Here.
Mr. Hyde?
Here.
Mr. Zimmerman?
Here.
And Mr. Buckmaster is excused.
We have 6 present, so we do have a quorum. Can you please rise and join Bob Bowman in the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. The motion is in order to approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, move on to consent agenda. The motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved. Second.
Is there any item a board member wants to remove for individual consideration? Hearing none, all in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
The consent is approved. Moving on to 3A, student representation. Are you introducing our new
I
person?
am. So
Excellent.
no report today, but I am introducing next year's student representative, Mason Went.
Hey.
He's a real sweetheart, and you guys are gonna love him.
Well, we will miss you. You did an amazing job.
Yes,
Thank you. And welcome, Mason.
Thank you.
Do you have a report? Okay. Let me see. All right. Moving on to 4A, superintendent's report.
Actually, Mason, and we're going to be recognizing the HOSA students for their performance at state. So how many do we have here? Because I know that it conflicts with, come on up. So we have Mason and Isabella.
Excellent. All right.
All right.
So I'm going to read through one, and then I will present you with your certificates. The Muskego Norway School Board presents this certificate in grateful recognition of Mason Went for receiving a second-place award in public health at the HOSA State Leadership Competition and qualifying for the International Leadership Conference. The mission of HOSA is to empower future health professionals to become leaders in global health community through education, collaboration, and experience. The Muskego Norway School Board commends Mason Went for his perseverance, team spirit, and commitment to the development of leadership and technical HOSA skill competencies, which has brought honor to himself, his family, the Muskego Norway schools, and community. The school board wishes Mason Went success in his future education and career endeavors. Presented at Muskego, Wisconsin, the 16th day.
Well, we were going to do it in May, but we're doing it in June.
Hey, wait a minute.
I know that's
This 14th day of June, 2022. And all signed by the board members. And so Mason. And Isabel. All right. And the Muskego Norway School Board presents a certificate in grateful recognition to Isabella Zolke, am I saying that right? For receiving a third-place award in community awareness. Thank you. Yeah, they were coming.
Tony.
Joni, yeah.
All right, I gotta go your way away. Okay, well, that's a good looking group. All right, here we go. On 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, next on the agenda, I just wanted to recognize some of our staff members who are around this table, who will be their last time around this table. Well, maybe Jamie will be stepping in from time to time, but Jamie Gleason will be our accounts payable moving forward, and Lori Buxengard will be now the administrative assistant here at the board. So let's give them both a round of applause. I'd like to wish Christy Brooks farewell and good luck as she moves on to the Slinger, I was going to say Springer, the Slinger School District as the Assistant Superintendent there. Thank you so much for your dedicated service, all the time that you spent with us as we continued our growth around curriculum and instruction and assessment. You've been wonderful for us and to us, so thank you for your time, your energy, and everything. So let's give Christy a round of And then also Tony Spence, who will be moving south down to Waterford Graded as their superintendent. Thank you so much for, if you think back to the teams that you built here with technology, one-to-one, our visualization of our data, just so many different aspects of technology and technology as it impacts instruction and personalized learning. So thank you very much for all of your service to us. We're going to miss you and wish you well.
Thank you.
In your packet, you will see, and per the email last week, we're also going to be bidding Kari Olsen farewell as well. She'll be moving to CISA as that position for their Director of Special Education was open because that person moved to the Executive Director role at CISA. So she's excited for the opportunity to broaden her impact on a regional level. They're excited, beyond excited, to have her with all of her skills, knowledge, and expertise in the area of student services and special education as she helps that organization grow and serve a very large community of educators. So let's give her a round of applause. Okay, and then the last superintendent report item is contributions to the profession, and Jeremiah Johnson was just elected to serve on the WASBO Board of Directors. So congratulations, Jeremiah. Thank you for representing our system yet again in a leadership role at a state level. You have an amazing depth and breadth of skills and talents, and it's awesome that other people see that in you and they want to see you in leadership roles. So thank you for doing that on our behalf. So let's give you and that concludes the superintendent's report.
Thank you. On to 5A, other reports, President's report. On behalf of Chris and myself, we were, and Tracy and Kevin, we were all at the graduation on Sunday. It was an absolutely beautiful day. The staff was amazing. It was a great experience for everybody. Families were there to cheer on their graduates. The graduates were ecstatic. It was an absolutely beautiful ceremony. So thank you to everybody, from setting up to tearing down to putting all that stuff together. It's incredible the amount of details that go into that ceremony, down to when we walk out of the gym, when we walk onto the field, who's speaking when, having stuff on the stage for us, and then handing out the diplomas to the graduates is really an honor for us board members to be able to do. And especially to some of the kids that we know, it's really, I always get emails of how special it felt to have someone they know hand them their diploma. So thank you to everybody who had any bit of part of that. The facilities were great. It was fantastic. So I don't have anything else. Other board member reports. We can start on that side. Kevin?
No, just second what you said, the graduation was outstanding minus the sun. That's a small price to pay. Fantastic.
Brett?
On July 8th, the WSB is going to have their Summer Leadership Academy. I'll be attending, and if anybody else is interested, please contact Lori now to sign up.
All right, thanks.
Bob?
I do not.
Tracy?
The Cecil one meeting that is usually tomorrow is moved 2 weeks later. It has to align with scholarships and stuff that we're offering and stuff, so, our next meeting will be June 28th, so I'll give updates at our next board meeting.
All right, thank you.
Lori?
Just point of privilege, so thank you to everybody that helped with my orientation that are now leaving. Hope I didn't drive you away. But no, I was really appreciative, and it was just a really nice experience in meeting all the principals and everything, so thank you.
And thank you for taking the time to go around to each of the buildings also. They appreciated the opportunity to kind of show their building and show off or highlight some of the wonderful things that are going on there. So
It was fun.
yeah, thank you.
All right, I got everybody. Committee reports, there was not a business services meeting, correct?
Right.
Okay, and we had the Educational Services Committee meeting right before this when we moved the AP book forward for approval tonight. And that is the only piece of curriculum that's on the agenda to be approved tonight. Okay, moving on to 6A. Resolution action items. The subject instructional materials.
Motion to approve the purchase of the curriculum resources as recommended by the ESC committee meeting.
So moved.
Second?
So attached, you can see that we moved forward the new AP Human Geography book, course book. Is there any discussion but from the board? Okay, and I have two people that want to speak about the AP Geography book. Anne? Yeah.
Okay, you have to state your address, your name and
Yes,
address.
I will sit because that's gonna be an awkward. I'm being like this. All right. Hi everybody. Ann Zilke, W151S8108 Harvest Court. The way the AP Geography book process has gone down in the last curriculum committee meeting, this title was deferred because community members questioned a page within the text mentioning transgender folks. When few folks in the community question whether or not we can teach our kids about LGBTQIA folks, something needs to be said, both in defense of our LGBTQIA kids and community members, and our teachers, and in defense of their process. The truth is that our teachers are our greatest asset as a district. However, they're underpaid, overworked, and undervalued. Our teachers are hardworking and dedicated folks who go above and beyond every day and in their processes behind the scenes to provide the children in this district with a top-notch education. I've personally worked with so many incredible educators in our district, folks who've helped our autistic daughter learn and grow tremendously over the last 6 years. The type of growth we weren't sure was possible when we entered early education at the age of 3. Folks who have taught, loved, listened, supported, and kept my little girl safe. And the truth is that we already ask so much of our teachers. We ask them to be teachers, caregivers, counselors, nurses, mediators, and so much more, all while dealing with budget cuts, standardized testing, pandemics, and ever-changing goalposts, spending their own money on supplies, changing professional standards, folks questioning their integrity and professionalism, and now we ask them to lay down their lives to save our kids. I say enough is enough. We must stand up for our teachers in our words as well as our actions. I've heard from teachers in the district about how things like questioning whether or not they can teach children about transgender folks in our community makes them feel. One teacher told me that the anti-diversity sentiment that the school board is supporting leaves me feeling scared and uncomfortable teaching. It is my ethical responsibility to grow global citizens. I cannot do that without exposing them to a diverse populace. We do have diverse students in our schools, and they deserve to be represented in text and discussion. The anti-diversity and lack of pushback against that from district leaders has left me actively seeking other positions in districts that support diversity. Another teacher told me, I've never felt so under attack for just doing my job to teach kids about others in the world. At one time, this would have been career and college readiness. Now it's indoctrination. I feel like I have to defend every book that has a person of color in it or a person who is LGBTQIA. Gotcha. We need to listen to our teachers. It's not hyperbole or grandstanding. They are the good people who work with our kids every day. So I ask you to use your power and not to undermine the time, effort, and expertise of our kids. And of course, I'd like to say a happy Pride Month to everybody. All my love, support, and solidarity to all LGBTQIA folks in our community this month and every month.
Hateman, yes. Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you. Hi, I'm Lawrence Hateman. I live at S95W12958 Harry Varden Court here in Muskego. And I'm speaking today on the approval of the AP Human Geography textbook, which has been a process with community participation since the school board meeting last month, which was preceded by the ESC meeting that discussed the same thing. I would like to bring up, in relation to this book, a petition that was sent to all of you. And I do promise that this is on topic, and I just earnestly ask for your trust on this issue. Although that petition that was sent to all of the members of the board, including the members of the ESC, was primarily focused on another book that was unfortunately not approved, it also served as a vessel for catharsis among many members of this community over what was perceived as the AP Human Geography textbook, which looked to be in question of being approved. Now, the messaging from the board on this issue, the AP Human Geography textbook, I will speak on specifically, has been difficult to respond to, has been difficult to prepare for in relation to this meeting, and it's difficult to respond to because there is very little given. There's very little clarity from this board on the kinds of criteria, the kinds of exact critiques of, for example, the AP Human Geography textbook, and what exactly is being criticized by the board. And that kind of vague messaging has created a lot of tension and a lot of distrust within the community about what exactly the purpose of the board is and the purpose that the board is setting out to do in relation to the syllabi that are being taught and decided on by the teachers, in part from guidance from the AP board. So I would just strongly implore all of you to consider the kind of messaging and conversations that you allow in relation to especially educational materials. I am not, and everybody else here who in part supported this petition, which as of now has over 130 signatures from the community, we're not here to attack the character of any of the members of this board. We're not here to create more divisiveness. We're here to understand. And many of us realize that we disagree on a lot of different curriculum issues, on a lot of different social issues, a lot of issues that are relevant to our community and the population here. And we want discourse to be allowed in this space, because up till now, it has not been sufficiently. And I can speak for myself, for the 130 people who signed the petition that is in all of your inboxes, and for the people who will continue to sign this petition as they are made aware of it, that we need to welcome open discourse. No matter what decision is made by the board, people have to be willing to discuss and to disagree about our curriculum. Thank you.
Motion to approve the additional recommended open enrollment seats as presented.
Any discussion?
In the past, we've put out these open enrollments and, we'll pick in this case, 11 for 4K, and first grade, et cetera. How many get filled typically out of the first people who are pulled from that first choice for the, how do we do it, lottery system?
Right, if there's
Yeah.
more requests than seats
And there
available,
typically are, aren't
it's, yes.
Yeah.
There's a lottery, yes.
Yes. Do we then attempt to fill those where the parents have said, well, I got the same okay from a different district and they're closer, so I'm gonna go there? Or,
Yeah, so at a particular time, if we feel that there are seats that have not been filled, like they have not provided a yes to us, we do come back to the board. So Jeff, we come back to the board even in August with additional open enrollment seats if there are seats still available.
Right, we'll intend at continuing to take a look at the families that actually accept the open enrollment seat. And, you know, part of what we're seeing, families will have students that were accepted in one grade, but there wasn't a seat in another grade. So we continue to monitor our enrollment, our projected enrollment, and our current enrollment throughout the entire summer. We'll plan to come back to the board in July if in fact there are some additional seats that we might be able to have available.
okay, but, so out of all these seats that we have here tonight that we're presumably gonna approve, how many can get filled typically?
Of the additional ones that we're asking for?
Tonight, yeah, the ones we're asking tonight, I didn't add them up, but,
77.
pardon me?
77.
Okay, how many of those, typically out of the 77, how many do we typically expect to get filled by the end of summer?
Yeah, Jamie, go.
So
What is that?
of the additional seats that we're trying to go for, I feel confident that a large majority of them will be filled because we're asking for an additional 9 4K seats, and we had 31 applications this year.
Yeah.
And we only opened 11, so we still have a large majority of families who are wanting to come into our district. And then the other kiddos, the seats that we're asking for are currently attending students who filled out, who have moved out of our district and filled out a current year tuition waiver after we came to the board in January. So they're already attending, so we're creating the space for our kiddos.
I guess maybe if I rephrase that, so out of the 11 we have for the 4K, we have
Yes.
31 applications right
We
now?
have 31 applications, yes,
And if 22 of them, say,
yes.
decide to go to a different district for whatever reason, that means we still have 2 seats we haven't filled.
Yes.
How do we approach it then?
So it depends, if we have additional, so right now, all those applications are locked in, and then starting July 1st, there's an alternative open enrollment application period. So that if we didn't fill those seats and we ran out of applicants, so for example, in 4th grade this year, we had 17 seats, I believe, but we only had 9 applications. If we have additional applications come in, then we can fill it using that alternative open enrollment period. Otherwise, our wait list disappears on the 3rd Friday of every year either way.
Yeah.
So then those seats would then roll over into the following year. So we have so many in 4th grade this year because we had a large vacancy in 3rd grade that didn't get filled last
Okay.
year.
Okay, thank you. I think that answers it.
I hope that answered it, Brett.
I'm just trying to
There's lots
utilize,
of opportunities for, now it's
Yeah.
kind of an open period for
Yeah.
open enrollment.
yeah, I'm just hoping leverage it as much as possible, because it
Absolutely.
is a
We do,
boon
yeah.
to the district.
Absolutely, yep.
Jamie, so these numbers do not include the families that had been open enrolled last year that are continuing on into our district now?
Correct, these are
Do
only
not.
new
Okay.
families. Those families automatically roll
Right.
over.
I didn't know if they took up one of these spaces though.
Nope,
They don't.
nope, these are all these are new ones. So
Okay.
in January, when we originally come, we factor in any families who are saying that they're moving out of the district.
Right.
But then there's that period between January and now where families move out and then they wish to stay. So if we can accommodate and spaces available, then we try to open up those seats where we can.
And you'll see in the memo, the number of families that we reported in January that were actually graduating from the system.
Right, I'm sorry. And no special ed. Open.
Excuse me?
Special ed has 0.
Correct.
Any other discussion? Okay, vote to approve for, I don't know how Chris says that. We got the
Motion to approve the additional recommendation of open enrollment seats as presented.
It's a board vote right now, because we already, right? Right?
We have not voted yet.
Right, so we have to vote.
Yes.
Okay.
All in favor?
All in favor? Here we go, those are the words I'm looking for.
State by saying.
Dave by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Against? All right. That motion passes. 6C, subject, gifts, grants, and bequests.
Motion to approve with thanks the following donations. MHS Robotics from Precision Plus, $500. Signacast, $500. And Crohn's Incorporated, $2,500.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Terry, I don't know who seconded, sorry, it was a tie. Lloyd?
Tie.
It was you and Kevin at the same time.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nay? Passes. Yeah, remember that. Getting better. All right, moving on, anything in there, Julie, or is that just a holding?
Standing.
Okay. Master planning updates, or anything else you want to add, since we had the cow before?
Thanks for the opportunity to share and provide feedback.
All right. Information follow-up, your information is there to look at. And on to number 9, motion to.
So moved.
Second.
Do I do all in favor for that too?
Yep.
All in favor for that? Say aye.
Aye.
Nay? Meeting is adjourned.